Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm gonna do a little reading. I just woke up feeling not so filled with light, kind of feeling a little not so confident about my near future. So when I wake up with these feelings that I know shouldn't be mine and aren't doing me any good, I have to do something to switch it. So in this case, I'm gonna read this beautiful love story, Savitri, that I've been reading by Sri Aurobindo. It's like 4 in the morning where I am. I woke up just feeling bombarded, alone. I miss my other half. I miss the love of my life. This is truth. I think about her every moment. I know if it's meant to be, it'll be. So I just hold space and work on myself. Try and hold the love and light the best I can. I'm not perfect at times. I feel down. But I figured out things that I can do to bring myself back up. So that being said, victory to the divine light. Love always wins, and we're all one. I know when she's ready, she'll return. That being said, I continue on reading and living. So we're carrying on Book 6, the Book of Fate, Canto 2, The Way of Fate and the Problem of Pain. We left off at line 400. Hard is the world, Redeemer's heavy task. The world itself becomes his adversary. Those he would save are his antagonists. This world is in love with its own ignorance. Its darkness turns away from the Savior light. It gives the cross in payment for the crown. His work is a trickle of splendor in a long night. He sees the long march of time, the little one. A few are saved, the rest strive on and fail. A sun has passed on earth's nights, shadow falls. Yes, there are happy ways near to God's sun, S-U-N. But few are they who tread the sunlit path. Only the pure in soul can walk in light. An exit is shown, a road of hard escape from the sorrow and the darkness of the chain. But how shall a few escaped release the world? The human mass lingers beneath the yoke. Escape, however high, redeems not life, life that is left behind on a fallen earth. Escape cannot uplift the abandoned race or bring it to its victory and the reigns of God. A greater power must come, a greater light. Although light grows on earth and night recedes, yet till the evil is slain in its own home, and light invades the world's inconscient base, and perished has the adversary force, he still must labor on, his work half done. One yet may come armored, invincible. His will immobile meets the mobile hour. The world blows cannot bend that victor head. Calm and sure are his steps in the growing night. The goal recedes, he hurries not his pace. He turns not to high voices in the night. He asks no aid from the inferior gods. His eyes are fixed on his immutable aim. Man turns aside or chooses easier paths. He keeps the one high and difficult road that soul can climb to the eternal's peaks. The ineffable plains already have felt his tread. He has made heaven and earth his instruments. But the limits fall from him of earth and heaven. Their law he transcends but uses as his means. He has seized life's hands. He has mastered his own heart. The feints of nature mislead not his sight, and inflexible his look towards truth's far end. Fate's death resistance cannot break his will. And the dreadful passage, the fatal paths, invulnerable his soul, his heart unslain. He lives through the opposites of earth's power, and nature ambushes the world's attacks. His spirit's stature transcending pain and bliss. He fronts evil and good with calm and equal eyes. He too must grapple with the riddling sphinx and plunge into her long obscurity. He has broken into the inconscious depths that veil themselves even from their own regard. He has seen God slumber shape these magic worlds. He has watched the dumb God fashioning matter's frame, dreaming the dreams of its unknowing sleep, and watched the unconscious force that built the stars. He has learned the unconscious workings on its law and its law, its incoherent thoughts and rigid acts, its hazard waste of impulse and idea, the chaos of its mechanic frequencies, its random calls, its whispers falsely true. Start over at page 450. I had to go turn up the heat. A little chilly in here. It's early morning reading. So it's odd that I start off what I just said in the beginning of the video and then just start right here. It's like Mother, Father, God, the universe is speaking to me, letting me know that I got this. I've been through too much to get sidetracked and scared and upset about little circumstances in my earth life when I'm the traveler of the worlds and I'm living through love and light. I know we're all one and I know love one, so I should have no worries creating my future how I see fit that benefits all mankind, all humankind, humanity, Hue, all one. Its hazards, waste of impulse and idea, the chaos of its mechanic frequencies, its random calls, its whispers falsely true, misleaders of the hooded listening soul, all things come to its ear, but nothing abides. All rose from the silence, all goes back to its hush. Its somnolescence founded the universe, its obscure waking makes the world seem vain. Arisen from nothingness towards nothingness, turned its dark and potent nescience was earth's start. It is the waste stuff from which all was made. Into its depths creation can collapse. Its opposition clogs the march of the soul. It is the mother of our ignorance. He must call light into dark abysses, else never can truth conquer matter's sleep. And all earth look into the eyes of God. All things obscure his knowledge must relume. All things perverse his power must unknot. He must pass to the other shore of falsehood's sea. He must enter the world's dark to bring the light, their light. The heart of evil must be barred to his eyes. He must learn its cosmic. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I had to itch my eye. He must learn the cosmic dark necessity, its right and its dire roots in nature's soil. He must know the thought that moves the demon act and justifies the titan erring pride, and the falsehood lurking in earth's crooked dreams. He must enter the eternity of night and know God's darkness as he knows his sun, S-U-N. For this he must go down into the pit. For this he must invade the dolorous vast. Imperishable and wise and infinite, he must still travel hell, the world to save. Into the eternal light he shall emerge, on borders of the meeting of all worlds. There on the verge of nature's summit steps, the secret law of each thing is fulfilled. All contraries heal their long dissidence. There meet and clasp the eternal opposites. Their pain becomes a violent, fiery joy. Evil turns back to its original good, and sorrow lies upon the breast of bliss. She has learned to weep glad tears of happiness. Her gaze is charged with a wistful ecstasy. Then shall be ended here the law of pain. Earth shall be made a home of heaven's light. A seer, heaven born, shall lodge in human breast. The superconscient beam shall touch men's eyes, and the truth conscious world come down to earth, invading matter with the spirit's ray, awaking its silence to immortal thoughts, awaking the dumb heart to the living word. This mortal life shall house eternity's bliss, the body's self taste immortality. Then shall the world Redeemer's task be done. Till then must life carry its seed of death, and sorrow, plaint be heard in the slow night. O mortal, bear this great world's law of pain in thy hard passage through a suffering world. Lean on thy soul's support, on heaven's strength. Turn towards high truth, aspire to love and peace, and little bliss is lent thee from above. A little bliss is lent thee from above, a touch divine upon thy human days. Make of thy daily way a pilgrimage, for through small joys and griefs thou movest towards God. Haste not towards Godhead on a dangerous road. Open thy doorways to a nameless power. Climb not to Godhead by the Titan's road. Against the law he pits his single will. Across its way he throws his pride of might. Heavenward he clambers on a stair of storms. Aspiring to live near the deathless sun, he strives with the giant strength to wrest by force from life and nature the immortal's right. He takes by storm the world of fate and heaven. He comes not to the high world maker's seat. He waits not for the outstretched hand of God to raise him out of his mortality. All he would make his own, leave nothing free, stretching his small self to cope with the infinite. Obstructing the gods' open ways, he makes his own estate of earth's air and light. A monopolist of the world energy, he dominates the life of common men. His pain and others' pain he makes his means. On death and suffering he builds his throne in a hurried and clangor of his acts of might, in a riot and excess of fame and shame, by his magnitudes of hate and violence, by the quaking of the world beneath his tread. He matches himself against the eternal's calm and feels in himself the greatness of a god. Power is his image of celestial self. The Titan's heart is a sea of fire and force. He exults in the death of things, in ruin and fall. He feeds his strength with his own and others' pain. In the world's pathos and passion he takes delight. His pride, his might, call for the struggle and pang. He glories in the sufferings of the flesh, and covers the stigmata with the stoic name. His eyes, blinded and visionless, stare at the sun. The seeker's sight, receding from his heart, can find no more the light of eternity. He sees the beyond as an emptiness void of soul, and takes his night for a dark infinite. His nature magnifies the unreal's blank, and sees in naught the sole reality. He would stamp his single figure on the world, obsess the world's rumors with his single name. His moments center the vast universe. He sees his little self as very God. His little eye has swallowed the whole world. His ego has stretched into infinity. His mind, a beat in original nothingness, ciphers his thought on a state of hourless time. He builds on a mighty vacancy of soul, a huge philosophy of nothingness. In him, nirvana lives and speaks and acts, impossibly creating a universe, an eternal zero in his formless self, his spirit, the void impersonal absolute. Take not that stride, O growing soul of man. Cast not thyself into a night of God. The soul suffering is not eternity's key, or ransomed by sorrow heaven's demand on life. O mortal, bear, but ask not for the stroke. Too soon will grief and anguish find thee out. Too enormous is that venture for thy will. Only in limits can man's strength be safe. Yet is infinity thy spirit's goal. Its bliss is there behind the world's face and tears. A power is in thee that thou knowest not. Thou art a vessel of the imprisoned spark. It seeks relief from time's envelope, and while thou shuts it in, and the seal is pain, bliss is the Godhead's crown, eternal free, unburdened by life's blind mystery of pain. Pain is the signature of the ignorance, attesting to secret God denied by life. Until life finds him, pain can never end. Calm is self's victory overcoming fate. Bear thou shalt find at last thy road to bliss. Bliss is the secret stuff of all that lives. Even pain and grief are garbs of world delight. It hides behind thy sorrow and the cry, because thy strength is a part of not God's whole, but afflicted by the little self. Thy consciousness forgets to be divine, as it walks in the vague penumbra of the flesh and cannot bear the world's tremendous touch. Thou criest out and sayest that there is pain, indifference, pain, and joy, a triple disguise, attire of the rapturous dancer in the ways. Attire of the rapturous dancer in the ways, withhold from the holy body of God's bliss. Thy spirit's strength shall make thee one with God. Thy agony deepens into infinity's calm. Oh, I like that line. Indifference deepens, thy agony shall change to ecstasy. I'm going to start over at line 615. Withhold from thee the body of God's bliss. Thy spirit strength shall make thee one with God. Thy agony shall change to ecstasy. Indifference deepen into infinity's calm, and joy laugh nude on the peaks of the absolute. Woo! Man, this is still got a lot to go. I'm going to take a break right here. I'll be right back. I'm feeling better already. So I woke up randomly at like 3 in the morning, feeling fear about my near future and anxiety, somewhat sadness. I could have sat there with it and like took half breaths and made it worse, but I decided to go say a prayer, some praise, be thankful for what I got, look for the future, state what I want in the future, and then sit down and read some of this lovely, divine poem, SAVITRI, by Sri AUROBINDO. I'll be back to read more. I just got to go get some water. I feel better. Thank you for being here with me and listening. I love you all. Victory to the divine light. Love always wins. We're all one.